Oh, wow. And you just started the stream, huh?
Man, just started the stream.
Man.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. Looks like I'm going to have to hold it.
You're just going to have to hold it. It's not gonna be a super long stream anyway.
It's not. It took us 2 hours to record and drop another video.
A fucking 10-minute video. Yeah.
Now I don't have to be hunched over the desk trying to edit and do all that crazy stuff. I can actually sit up kind of straight. So,
do the other 9 parts of this job.
Shout out to all 30,000 subscribers. Hey,
all 52 billion of you. We are so blessed.
So blessed to have so many subscribers. Shout out to all 30,000.
30,000.
We appreciate y'all. Keep coming back and watching our little podcast. Or I say little podcast, but we got 30,000 subscribers.
30,000 large.
30,000. All y'all make sure to go check out that new video. Hit the like button.
There was a K behind that, right?
Yeah, there was a K. It said 30,000.
Okay.
Subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Making sure.
No, it definitely did.
Because like that happened real quick.
Yeah, 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, man. We're blessed.
I swear, like a month ago, it was like, I don't know, 11?
Like 10?
Yeah, something like that. So, I mean, thank you guys. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, 30,000, man.
Yeah.
It's been a long road to 30,000 subscribers.
Long road in a short time. It's like a long walk off a short pier.
Oh man, we've been streaming so much, man. I forgot how to edit a video.
Yeah, we tried to post a reaction vid, and that shit took forever because we've just been live streaming. And apparently, using electronics is not like riding a bike. Like if you don't do that shit constantly, it's more like learning a musical instrument. If you don't do it all the time, you're gonna forget.
And then it's like some weeks we come in here and we're like, yeah, we'll try and do some production.
Yeah.
And then some weeks we come in here and we're like, man, just turn the camera on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's this way for most other people who do this, but like putting an intro and an outro on these videos and editing segments in and out, it could be a big pain in the butt. I feel like if we get a sponsor anytime soon, our first sponsor is going to be like some editing software, and I'm going to be like, so that's why we use this.
It's going to be a cameraman.
God, I hope.
Some production people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked. I got it pulled up on my phone right here. 30,000 subscribers.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
That makes me feel good.
Feels good. Feels good. I figured more money would come with that. How many subscribers do we need?
How was your week, man? What'd you do this week?
I worked. The same thing I do every week, Pinky. I worked my fucking fingers to the bone. Halfway through the week, halfway through like last week, I got a migraine, and I kept it until about halfway through this week. So that really sucked. We tried to do an episode last week, and I just had a meltdown after like 15 minutes. It was terrible.
Boy, I'm glad you brought it up.
It was terrible.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Well, I mean, I was suffering really, and I was trying to. I really like doing this, and I try to match Frank's level of dedication. And Frank doesn't even we don't live in the same town. Frank has to drive like 45 minutes to come over here and do this shit. So I make sure that I can do it once a week usually, and I had the time, so I tried to do it. And at the start of it, the headache wasn't too severe, and then by pretty much by the time we started recording, my shit was thumping. And really, yeah, like 15, 20 minutes into it, I was like, fuck this. Like, I got mad at Frank. I was just like, fuck this. I don't want to talk no more. And I threw my headphones down and walked away. And I was like, maybe we could try again in a little bit. And like 15 minutes later, I was just sitting here holding my head. And Frank was like, all right, I got to go. And 10 minutes after that, I was in the bed for a day and a half. Like, it was trash. But after that went away, shit's been fine. I've had a decent week since that finally stopped happening. I guess I need to go see a brain doctor or something.
I'm glad you acknowledged it, because I wasn't going to say anything. But look, next time you quit on me like that in the middle of a podcast, I'm not quitting.
You just keep going. You could have kept going.
I'm not going to quit next time. I was going to keep going.
Then you could have just kept on rolling.
But that was like the first time it happened, so I really wanted to
But no lie, like 20 minutes into you being in here on your own, you would have heard me in the other room laying in the bed being like, oh, like it was grab your head, like fucking just terrible. It was bad.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, what was it, last week? Or it was the week before last when you were spending time with your old lady? on the Saturday.
Yeah, that was like when we missed one. Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago.
I had a headache then. I wasn't really feeling it.
So you weren't really feeling it that day?
No, I wasn't really feeling it, but I was still going to come. I was still going to try.
That's the biggest reason that I was wanting to do it last week, too, because the week before that, I had to bail. So I really wanted to make up for that. And like I said, I just tried to power through what I thought was maybe a light headache, and it turns out it was not. It was like trying to hatch an egg out of my brain.
My man snapped on me about the International Space Station. I said, yo.
Yeah. And I don't really snap like that. Like I joke a lot and I flip out and it's usually in a real jokey manner. But yeah, Frank said something about the space station and we started arguing, and then like 2 minutes into that I was just like, fuck this! I'm fucking done!
I said, yo, International Space Station is your trigger?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that did it.
Out of everything that could trigger you.
Out of all the shit we could talk about that I would blow up on, yeah, I'd be like, no, fuck it, those two people were stuck! They were stuck!
But over more investigation, I found out that, did you know that the International Space Station actually has an air leak on it?
The International Space Station supposedly has several problems that that's why Elon wants to ground it. He wants to blow it up and like put another one up.
It has an air leak on it.
Yeah.
On the Russian side of the International Space Station.
Okay.
They do have a door that separates the modules.
Yeah. All that shit's separated.
So if they lost a certain amount of air in a certain amount of time, they would close the door so not the whole space station wouldn't lose pressurization. But still.
And it could be up there like that forever, but they want to. Elon's already mentioned it several times. Like he wants to drop that jewel.
Russia, and NASA kind of disagree on the importance of it, and Russia kind of says, "Oh, it'll be all right," and NASA's kind of like, "We're not too sure about that."
Yeah, well, I think even what Elon said is just basically we don't need it. And I don't think that's exactly right, but I think he's just saying that in the means to get it out of the way, and then he wants to put like a SpaceX station up there.
Well, from me just reading and doing all that stuff, they got a new space station that they're building right now.
I've heard that
they're ready to be shooting up by 2030.
Okay.
And by 2030, the old one will be coming down.
Okay.
So they're already in the process of building a new one. NASA was going to use their original launch system. You know how they put the original one up there with the old style rockets?
Yeah.
They were originally going to use that, and they figured out that it would be cheaper if they just went with the Elon Musk.
They're going to use the Tesla rocket. Okay.
They're going to use SpaceX. Yeah, they're going to use SpaceX to take it up there. So I thought that was pretty dope. I've been real interested in it ever since Butch and Sonny got kind of stuck up there. I've been real interested and learned a lot about.
I wonder if they're gonna. I assume they're gonna kind of put it together the same way they did the one that's up there now. You know how that was built?
Yeah, I watched the documentary on it. Not too long ago.
Basically, to simplify the shit out of it, they like launched one big chunk of it up there, and then throughout time, piece by piece, they were putting it together as they were up there, and it didn't take very long, comparatively speaking.
I found out
a couple years. But
I found out I was older than the International Space Station.
Yeah,
and then I learned that the International Space Station is outdated.
Yeah,
and then that made me feel outdated.
Right. Correct. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I'm old enough to definitely remember when that shit got launched up there in the first place. And yeah, now they're like, oh, that's an old ancient piece of shit and it's dangerous. I'm like, yeah, imagine how I feel.
I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been good to learn about, man. It's been a lot to learn.
That's been the only cool thing about that process, the Butch and Sonny thing, is that so many people seem to have gotten interested in it where there just really wasn't that much interest in it at first. As far as just what the space station does and then, low orbit Earth travel, things like that. More people seem to know about it now.
I've always had a little interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know I was older than the actual International Space Station itself, and that kind of took me back a little bit. I was like, damn, am I really getting that old, bro? Like, am I really? Dang.
It's wild to think that we launched rockets to the moon like 15 fucking times before somebody was just like, let's just build a box up there and go back and forth to it. Like, no shit. We made impossible space launches, supposedly. Like a bunch of them. And before we were finally like, let's just build a station floating right above the planet.
So what'd you do this week, man?
I just worked, man. I worked every day. I worked hard. I worked a lot. I worked a bunch of extra hours. It's my season doing the job I do. So it's like busy season. So, yeah, I was just straight up working. my brain is frazzled from it. How about you? You been working every day?
Busy season, but your boy still can't get a job. I ain't gonna lie, I probably fluffed that interview, but that's on me.
To be real, it's getting to the point now where everybody where I work is about to like wrangle around my boss and be like, "Motherfucker, hire some people." No, like it's getting tight. Hey. So you never know. Maybe you'll get a phone call here pretty soon.
You got me the interview. That's all I can ask for.
I did that much.
That's what real friends do. He at least got me an interview.
Maybe you'll get the call soon. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully so, because they've got like ads in the paper and stuff, and nobody's really hitting them up apparently. So
he's like, "Yeah, I'm not too sure about your homeboy."
He actually didn't say shit about you. Nothing at all. He hasn't brought you up one time, and I haven't either. I've been waiting for him to be like, "So about your friend," but he hasn't said anything yet.
You know what they say? No news is good news.
That's what That's why I'm not saying anything. Yeah, at some point he's gonna get desperate enough and be like, "So your buddy who I talked to, is he still available?
Is he still looking for a job?"
And I'm gonna be like, "I don't know, man. He's an adult with bills and stuff. I'll see. He might have already had to take a position somewhere. I'll find out. I'll find out for you."
No, man. I didn't work at all this week.
Really?
No.
It sucks.
I didn't work at all this week.
I say that sucks, but that's because I'm a proletariat slave. Like, it's great to not work for a week. Just not good on your pocket. You know what I mean?
No, it's not good on your pocket.
Not good on the pocket at all.
But I can open the app and tell you. I mean, I probably still. I'll work tomorrow, which is part of the week.
And I say I'm a proletariat slave. Frank's one of those working type people to where, like, if he only worked 38 hours this week, he would be like, "Yeah, I didn't do shit this week. I barely worked." Like, I worked 65 fucking hours this week myself, so I can't really say much. But and I missed half a day. I missed half a day on Monday and got like 13 hours of overtime this week.
Dang.
Yeah, that's how much I've been working, bro.
I worked 16 hours this week. 16 hours. So I have not worked at all.
That's part-time for a part-timer.
Bro, I worked 16 hours this week.
Yeah, that's ruthless.
I hit a little slump.
Right.
I hit a little slump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be frank with you. I did.
I mean, travel kind of works that way. You can't predict when people are going to... You kind of can with conventions and concerts and shit like that, but you can't 100% predict, that you're going to get rides and stuff.
Well, it was partial that, and then partial just, me dealing with myself.
Yeah, doing you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need time for that. It's getting to that point in my job where I'm about to have to be like, I need a day.
That's just kind of like the beneficial part, because like people, so many people trauma jump on you, or like these rides are so different, and you deal with so many different people that. It takes a toll on you. It's like sometimes you just need a break.
You're like a driving psychologist.
Oh man, who are you telling?
Yeah, because people will just get in and tell you the craziest shit. It's just like taxi cab confessions.
It's wild, and so sometimes it takes a toll on me, and I just got to be like, take a week or whatever,
right,
just be like, I really can't.
Yeah, I need a few days without somebody telling me some crazy shit about their family that I know nothing about, or like whatever,
And I know it. Like when I start getting short with people, it's just like, okay,
yeah, right. Yeah, that's your sign, because you're about to snap out on somebody.
And I can't mess up that 5-star rating. I know you see that 5-star rating.
It's 5.00.
5.00.
That's like perfection.
You can't mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's baller. So, need a ride down here. This is the man you need.
Yeah, I only took 6 trips this week. I only worked for 16 hours.
Right.
And it's all right, because I'm gonna work hard. So my week will start tomorrow.
I got you.
And so, I leave here. I go do some wash.
And you gonna ball out next week?
Go get my week restarted, and then I'll hit it hard Sunday and Monday.
Right.
And pretty much all week next week. I'll be in the Raleigh area next week, and Raleigh Durham area next week.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you know or not, or if you're real up to date on it, but the Dreamville Festival is happening next week. Yeah.
I didn't know that was coming up so soon. No.
Yeah, the Dreamville Festival is happening.
Cool. That's going to be, a lot of people there, a lot of drunk people who are going to need rides to and from the concert. That's a pretty long show too, right? That's going to be like 10 people there.
Let's pull it up for everybody.
That's definitely J. Cole, but it's also all the people who are associated with Dreamville, which it's a clutch of them. It's a good amount.
Let's pull it up for everybody.
It's gonna take a little while.
Ooh, it's not gonna take a little while. I got it right here.
No, I mean the concert's gonna take a little while.
It's a whole weekend.
It's a weekend event apparently.
It's a whole weekend.
And yeah, there's big names. There's Lil Wayne. There's J. Cole. There's Erykah Badu. There's 21 Savage.
Lil Wayne with Hot Boys and Big Timers. 21 Savage. Party Next Door. Ludacris. Ari Lennox. Chief Keef. Keisha Cole.
What? Where the hell they find her?
J. Cole. Erykah Badu. Tim's. Glorilla. J.I.D. Wale.
Coco Jones. Big X to plug. What?
Yeah.
I like Big X to plug.
Earth Gang. I mean, they got everybody, bro.
He's one of them rappers you could bring up and people are like, who the fuck are you talking about? He's tight though.
Dreamville Festival.
Yeah.
So these people are performing on April 5th. Lil Wayne, all these.
Yeah. It looks like it's a 2-day. It's a weekend,
and then
but
Sunday, April 6th.
It's not one of those insane 3-4 day weekend events. It's literally Saturday and Sunday.
2025.
I have a life and have shit to do, so man, it really sucks for me to, like, I can't go to half those big ass concert festivals because they're like 3, 4, 5 days long, and I'm like, what is this, a fucking cruise? Like, I don't have time for all that shit. Right? A 2-day,
wait list.
A 3 days pushing it for me, but a 2-day festival, I feel like I could probably do that a lot better. Damn. VIP, parking, lockers, all that shit.
Let's pick something here.
You about to just try and find some ticket prices?
Well, let's see how much.
2-day VIP pass. It's only $1,000.
Only $1,000.
It's $915, man.
I promise you, that's going to be the time of your life.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's probably going to be a great concert.
For sure,
You'll probably be hearing all kinds of unique shit. They'll be, collabing with each other on stage. You'll see shit you never see on an album or hear on an album. Like, yeah, it'll be awesome.
Hip hop superstar J. Cole alongside his Dreamville team.
And it's not the first one. There's been several Dreamvilles. This might be the biggest one.
I think this is gonna be the last one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's that?
I think he said this is the last Dreamville.
Okay. Well, if so, yeah, it's definitely the biggest one as far as the names on it and stuff. This is like the biggest one.
Yeah, this is dope, bro. This is gonna be a blast. I was trying to see. Since launching in 2018, Dreamville has become one of the largest annual events in the state of North Carolina, as well as one of today's most popular
artist-led.
Okay, yeah, I can't see music festivals in the world, with guests regularly traveling from across the globe and all 50 U.S. states to attend this one-of-a-kind music experience.
Yeah, it's not a tour. It's a show. So like it's everybody's got to come see it when it happens. They're not touring. This is the only time it's happening.
Dreamville Festival today generates millions of dollars each year for the local and North Carolina economy while providing a positive, substantial cultural impact on Raleigh and the surrounding areas that last long after the festival wraps up each spring.
So that's cool. So yeah, you definitely gonna be working hard that weekend.
Shout out J. Cole.
You gonna be making some money to fit in the 6th.
Shout out J. Cole and everybody performing, man. That's gonna be a blast.
That's gonna be a cool festival for sure.
I can't go, but you know what? I'll still be around it and get to live vicariously through the people I pick up.
That's what I'm saying. You just hanging around the venue giving people rides. A, you're gonna hear shit because you're gonna be close enough, and B, yeah, people are gonna be telling you stories, and you're gonna be hearing a lot of experiences. It's gonna be cool.
It's definitely gonna be a blast. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who's got their tickets.
It was super big last year too, as far as like crowd size. It was nuts. So this one's probably gonna be even bigger.
Everybody got their tickets going to Dreamville. That's gonna be a blast.
Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
Treat
yourself.
That's pretty local too.
I consider that local. I consider anything within like 4 hours of me local, honestly. Regionally speaking. Like regionally that's local.
It's not bad. Oh, I was trying to get that to pop back up.
What happened?
I don't know.
Editing fail. You have failed.
How can I get it to pop back up?
I don't know.
There it goes. Hey, I got it that time. Check it out. I'm getting better at this.
Hey.
Maybe.
Learning as we go.
Learning as we go. So that's something big that's happening.
Yeah. We got that going on. That's cool. What else?
And that's only a couple hours away from us.
Yeah.
And that's happening not this weekend, but next weekend.
That's not even a couple hours away from you. That's like an hour and some change.
Oh, on a good day, you'll catch me in Raleigh.
That's what I'm saying. That's basically up the street for you. Shit.
But I mean, with that happening next week, I mean, nothing's really happening in Charlotte, which is where I usually work Uber at.
Yeah.
So
make a little shift.
I'm just going to go.
I would too. Make a little shift.
I'll probably work Charlotte Sunday and Monday, to be real frank with you. I'll probably try and catch me a ride to Raleigh on Monday night.
Okay.
And then just stay.
Just
work Raleigh Tuesday,
the rest of the week.
Tuesday through Friday.
So we doing this next weekend? Well, yeah, we'll do this next weekend.
Oh,
you talking about
course.
the week of, what was that again? April or August?
April. Next weekend, bro.
So it's next weekend.
The 5th and the
5th and
6th.
6th. All right. So yeah, it's this coming weekend. Yeah.
Yep.
And are you going to work that whole weekend?
I'll probably work. I mean, I'll definitely work Sunday, but I don't know if I'll work Sunday back down there in Raleigh or if I work Sunday back in
Charlotte.
Right.
I mean, either way, probably be heavy because people going to the Charlotte concert from other states are going to be flying in. Or people going to the Raleigh concert from other states are going to be flying into Charlotte, probably. I mean, you could fly into Raleigh, but this is a little bit smaller airport, and it's probably going to be blowed the fuck up. And so, a lot of people are probably going to be flying to Charlotte. Charlotte's a couple hours from Raleigh. It's not too bad.
Well, I can tell you what happened is you'll get a couple people to accidentally fly into Charlotte. So a lot of flights from Charlotte to Raleigh, those are like real easy to get canceled.
Yeah.
So I could just sit there and just snipe rides all day long from Charlotte to Raleigh,
right?
Which is a 2 hour. It's a 2 hour ride.
It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes or some shit.
It's 4 hours there and back.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Right.
I could do that, but I feel like the money would just be better just staying in Raleigh.
Yeah.
And getting
then taking a 4-hour ride back and forth every time.
Well, because that ride can vary. Like I've taken a ride from Charlotte to Raleigh for $100, and then I've taken the same exact ride for $200.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes the price change like that? Not sure. Okay.
The amount of people using the app at one time.
The amount of other drivers that are out there at the same time. The amount of people who are burning your app up.
The amount of people requesting compared to the amount of drivers that are on the app.
Well, yeah, I can see being picky about doing it then.
But there's a lot of speculation behind that because like
it sounds kind of iffy.
If you're requesting a ride, they say have a full battery.
Okay.
Because they know that your phone is dying because you give Uber access to your phone information.
So what does that matter?
And they know your phone's dying, so they know you want to get a ride quickly. So they just charge you what they want to charge you because they know that you're more likely to accept a ride with a higher price when your phone is dying.
Oh my God. Does anybody else know that? That sounds fucking heinous. You might have just said some real shit on film. I don't know. That sounds crazy.
Bro, look it up.
What?
Yeah, bro. It's nuts.
Okay, well, if you're ordering a ride today, make sure your shit is charged. Wow.
Yeah, like if your phone is dying, Uber will charge you more.
Yeah, I have never heard that. Wow.
Yeah, that's the word on the block. That's the word on the block. But it's also like there's different tests that's been done. Like there's been 4 or 5 phones sitting right here that have all been different phones.
Right.
And they've just turned the app on, and the same ride will pop up with all different numbers on them.
Different prices.
Yeah, all different prices.
Wonder if it's like judging the grade of your phone and giving you a higher price due to you having a nicer phone or something.
Something with the algorithm.
That is, man.
Nobody really knows. And it's like, so Uber says they give you 30%, or Uber says they take 30% of the total ride. But the other day I got a lady in the car and she was on the phone and she was, talking about the Uber ride or whatever. And she said how much she paid for it. You know me, I'm an ear hustler. You're in my car.
Yeah.
You on the phone? I'm ear hustling that whole conversation, baby.
Yeah.
That whole conversation, ain't no conversation private in my car, boo boo.
No,
I'm at your house.
you're a foot away. I can hear everything you're saying.
I'm going back to TikTok. I'm coming to YouTube. I'm telling
so
everything.
I take it you did the math in your head or something as far as what you saw the price compared to what she said the price was. And was it more than 30% difference there?
I was like, that's more like 50-50 to me.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, that's a little. I was like, I feel a little gypped at this point.
That's wild.
Yeah.
We should have named this episode "The Dark Side of Uber."
Oh boy, we could definitely have a whole episode to that. I promise you.
Well, you might not want to. You might need to keep doing it for a while. Shit.
That's what I said. Like, I have different people to give me. I'm on Twitter Spaces, and I have different people give me different ideas for content or whatever.
Right.
And I told one of the guys, I said, look, man, when I don't have to have Uber as a primary income anymore,
we're about to do a whole expose series about them.
We could do it.
Damn.
But right now, it's my primary income, so
they're paying the bills, so work for Uber.
Yeah.
So you don't need to anymore. Spit roast their ass over the open coals.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not very transparent. So it's like they say they take 30%, and then they give you this little graph. Like I'll show you.
There's a little star next to the 30%. You look at the real small writing, and it's like at least.
They give you a little graph, and it's like, oh yeah, we only took 30%.
Hey, look, this is all we took.
See your graph?
We just made you a graph, and those aren't wrong or biased or made by us in any way, even though we made it and are showing it to you.
Hold on, I'll show you real quick because it's funny.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
All this time I thought Uber was so beneficial to work for.
No, they're super dope to work for. Like I
find out it's basically like working for the mafia.
I have fun doing it. Don't get me wrong. Like it's most days. Some days it's fun. Some days it's a hassle.
Well, I've had a lot of jobs like that where it's like I like the job. The job is cool, but I don't like the company. I don't like the business that I work for. I've had a bunch of jobs like that. The one I'm at now isn't too bad. I don't like rebel against the system here or anything.
Anyways, they don't. So my problem is they don't show you how much they charge the customer.
Okay.
They just show that they took 30%.
Right.
And it's up to you to trust that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So what's stopping you from just through conversation asking how much they paid for their ride?
Because it's
I know that's a little cliche to ask people about money, but you could explain your situation and be like, I've been doing this for a while.
Because if they report you back to Uber, or it can affect your star rating, you know what I mean? Like there's a bunch. And I got a 5. Bro, I've been doing this for a year and a half now, and I got a 5-star rating.
Yeah, you don't want to jeopardize that. I feel that.
No, I'm not. I got a 5-star rating for a reason.
I get that.
You know what I mean? I don't get nothing for having a 5-star rating. I don't even get a thank you. Like I might get a notification every once in a while. I'd be like, wow, customers really noticed your 5-star rating or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah. Make me feel good.
I'm glad they did.
Make me feel good.
Yeah.
But I do have this thing like sometimes on Sunday nights at the end of the week or whatever, when the week flips over,
mm-hmm.
They'll deposit random money in your account.
What?
Yeah, so
what kind of mafia bullshit is that?
I feel like that's when they've overcharged too much and they got to give you money back. Yeah.
So they don't even tell you why they're giving you a little bit of money here and there?
Is this a little bit of money? It comes in under other or whatever the thing is. It says other wages or whatever.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but you I don't know how you earn that. I don't know if it's hours online or if people, like I don't know if they've taken too much money off that 30% or whatever,
If it's positive advertisement, try Uber today.
No, definitely try Uber. And I'll be frank with you, I tell people all the time, if I didn't drive for Uber,
mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't use it.
Right.
For one, I've been very blessed, and this is where I show my privilege. I've been very, very blessed to be able to always have an automobile since I was 18.
That is a blessing. I can't say that.
Like, I dropped out of school, started working, saved some money, bought a vehicle, and somehow, by the grace of the universe, the grace of God, whatever, I've been fortunate enough to have a vehicle the whole time.
Right.
So me going without a vehicle,
I've had gaps.
Me going without a vehicle is kind of,
against the laws of the universe.
It's weird,
Yeah.
And I just don't know how many people I trust driving. When I look around like the Uber parking lot, like I see some of these people and I see the way they drive and the decisions they make, and I'm just like,
I've been on the other side of that fence. I have had time without a vehicle. Like I've had a vehicle most of my life, but I've been through those times where like a vehicle breaks down and I don't have the money to fix it or get another one or anything like that. And there's, some weeks or some months in between until something changes. And I'm honestly the same way. I learned to walk everywhere under those conditions most of the time, and it wasn't because I couldn't get a ride. It was because the rides I could get, most of them I didn't fucking want. I was just like, man, I know how that person drives, and I don't want to ride with them. I don't really want to. I'd rather just walk. It's not that far. I can get that handled. I have nothing else to do today. Whatever,
And I'll just we'll kind of go into our next conversation here with it. But being prejudiced has helped me be the best Uber driver ever.
Whoa. Adding prejudice to your work has helped your work.
Bro, being prejudiced has helped me tremendously when it comes to Uber rides.
Well, let's tread carefully here. How are you prejudiced? What are you prejudiced against?
When I pull up, I know what kind of music you want to listen to. So I already have the radio preset to different stations.
You know that how?
Or different playlists.
By looking at a person?
Just looking at a person.
Okay. So that's profiling. That's not necessarily discriminating, but it's definitely on the level. You profile people. All right.
It is on the level.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
I kind of already know what your political views are going to be.
Oh, shit. By looking at you?
When you open your mouth.
When you say a few things.
When you open your mouth,
you gotta let them talk.
The words you say, no, just a couple sentences.
I feel you.
Or how they react.
But you let them talk a little. You don't literally look at them and be like, that bitch a Democrat. Like, don't, because that's definitely discrimination.
Sometimes I do.
Okay, well, that's discrimination.
Sometimes I just look at a person.
You got to at least let them be like, aren't liberals neat? Or you got to let them say something to where you can be like, okay, yeah.
Sometimes I can look at a person and be like, yeah, they definitely got TDS.
Whoa. Yeah.
Definitely got TDS. And you cannot say anything about them. You just kind of shake your head and go,
Right.
Because they take one look at me, and usually I got my hair shaved and my beard was a little bit longer, but they look at me and they go, yeah, he's definitely one of them MAGA supporters.
Yeah. You put off a vibe most of the time with your look. You do.
It's not my fault, but yeah. So that's
you were rocking the shaved head and the beard before it was a neo-Nazi thing. So I give you a pass. I've known Frank long enough to know that's just been his style for fucking years.
Bald head, beard, and white t-shirt.
Bald head, beard, and a tee, baby. Yeah, that's pretty much him all the time. But then suddenly, like, I don't know, the farthest right-leaning people on planet Earth, like, I guess one person saw Frank and was like, that's a good dress code, and just went with it. I don't know. But Frank's not changing himself because a bunch of goddamn racists decide they wanted to look like him for 10 minutes. So he didn't. And now, honestly, most of the, neo-Nazis or people associated with real discriminatory things like that, they don't have shaved heads and beards. They have coiffed hair and no facial hair and suits and ties.
Now,
and a nameplate in front of them.
Now they got colored hair and grabbing swastikas in the side of Teslas.
That shit's pretty wild.
but I'm not being prejudiced.
The swap over there between like who's fucking vandalizing everything has been crazy as hell.
Oh man,
it's been fun to watch from an outsider's perspective. From the perspective of somebody who truly doesn't give a shit politically.
Why do you say that?
It's just been crazy to see. I don't know. Like I said, I felt like Like, aren't Democrats? I don't know about liberals, but aren't Democrats the people specifically who are supposed to be like for peaceful protests and stuff like that?
I don't know.
Demonstrations.
I don't know if it's necessarily like peaceful.
It's definitely fucking not now, for sure. But like, I really thought for a while that was supposed to be like a staple of the maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that was like a part of the Democratic Party. Like, that was just part of being a Democrat. Was that you believed in peaceful protest and you believed in demonstration and shit like that. You didn't literally believe in vandalization and looting and burning buildings and things along those lines. But it's a little bit of a change up on that recently. But maybe, like I said, maybe I'm ignorant and I just thought that's what Democrats always.
I don't know how you.
But I don't know.
I don't know how you can go from hating a symbol to inscribing a symbol.
Yeah. I guess I get the mindset of it being like, this is what we think you are, but it's still really weird to me that, yeah, you could be like a liberal individual drawing a swastika on something under any circumstances, under any means. Whether you're trying to say this person is the racist, that's what I'm saying. This person is racist. Like, you just drew a fucking swastika on the wall.
a lot of times, those were the Democrats that bought Teslas when Biden was in office and stuff.
It's weird, yeah. In the original usage of the Tesla, that was the Democrat liberal automobile, and all the Republicans were just like that. Those things are killing the planet because of the batteries and all that other shit.
So it's like you're just,
and then it just swapped completely around.
First of all, you're not even hurting Elon by doing it because
not a bit.
He's done already made his money and sold that thing. Like that.
Plus, he has insurance on his business. So, like, if you think firebombing his business is hurting him financially in any way, it's really not.
If anything, these dumbasses are giving him more money because free money. The only place you could get a Tesla fixed
is a Tesla dealership.
So
it's live out here in the studio.
It is
Strange Wilderness. I don't know what that was. On a fucking fly? What was that?
That was a stink bug, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it.
So that's where it's like, bro, this is mind boggling for me right now, because the same person that you're trying to do, not like, and this, that, and other, you're not really hurting his business because you're giving him more business because he's already made his money.
I think they're catching on to that too. Like I said, not just that part, but the part that, like, anything they destroy, he's going to get that back in insurance, and he's going to get that on a vehicle that he didn't even sell. The shit didn't even sell.
The dealership's already bought it.
So like, it's just free money that you are kind of putting back in the funnel system by doing what you think is fucking him. It's not fucking him at all.
It's not.
It might be hurting his feelings a little.
It would hurt mine.
I mean, he's been on a couple podcasts and has been like, I can't believe people feel this way.
It would hurt mine.
It probably does hurt his feelings, but is it hurting his bank account? No, not a bit. It might even be helping some. So, like, think about what the fuck you doing. Think about Think about how to put forth your viewpoint and it be strong enough to go against his without trying to destroy his shit. Or I don't know, maybe actually go for his shit. If you're really that anarchistic and that crazy about it.
I doubt I highly doubt, like, the very last thing you probably want to do on this earth is try to go and inscribe a swastika on
my man's wall of his house
on the starship. Like,
God.
I doubt you want to go try that. Okay,
that's not going to play out well for you.
I don't think it's going to play out well.
You're going to go from a demonstrator to the headlines are going to be like, extreme neo-Nazi shows up to draw swastikas on SpaceX.
You're going to go from a demonstrator to demonstrated.
Yeah, you're going to be a demonstration. They're going to make a fucking show out of your ass.
Oh, man.
Real hard. I mean, I kind of feel like that about the first person who really takes it to anything of Elon's actual shit. Anything that's really his. The first person who shows up and is like, I'm going to firebomb your car. Like, they're going to...
To be frank with you, bad. To be frank with you, it looks like a great time to buy into Tesla stocks.
That's what a lot of, like, stock people are saying. It's low as shit. It's the lowest stock right now because of its popularity. It has dwindled. But, like, if you pay attention to the stocks and to the company that's kind of how it's been. It's been an up and down company, and when it's up, they make a lot of fucking money.
That's when you want to buy it. You want to buy it when it's down.
You want to buy in when it's down, because especially with a company like them, because it's going to go back up.
Bad news is great news in the stock market.
to the right people. Yeah, to the right people.
Unless you bought at the top.
Yeah, if you bought up top, you're crying right now. But if you buy in at this moment, apparently, and have the time to wait, it's just a waiting game. You just got to wait for the popularity to go back up, and it will eventually.
Bro, if I had $30,000, if I had $50,000,
buy a Tesla.
No, bro, if I had like $50,000 just to throw away at something.
You'd buy stock.
I'd buy $50,000 in Tesla stock right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I would. I mean, that's not financial advice. That's what I would do.
And there's plenty of rich assholes out there who have that in their pocket and are thinking the same fucking thing.
It's like, bro, I would buy $50,000 in Tesla stock right now if I had it, just because of where it's at right now.
Yeah.
In 5 years, in 2 years, maybe next year, it might double.
It potentially could. It could do better than that.
You know what I mean?
You really don't know. But the point is, the popularity will raise again to a certain level. It's going to go up. So
it will. So.
Yeah, it's just everything that they think they're doing to affect the situation and to affect him. I swear it's just a waste of time.
It's just wrong on so many levels.
You haven't figured out the correct manner to come at this man. Yeah, like, because there is a right way to do it. Don't look at me. I don't fucking know it. But there is a right way to do it. But this won't it.
They just threw a fit over Kanye having a shirt on his website with a swastika on it, like not even a month ago. Now they're inscribing swastikas on the side of Teslas. I'm confused.
While Kanye walks down the street wearing his swastika t-shirt that nobody will buy, and he's just as confused. He's like, the fuck? None of y'all? You'll draw it, but you won't wear. Okay, whatever.
That's pretty great, man. That's pretty great. So did you see anything in the news to caught your attention?
Oh, man. I've had to work so much this week. I kind of feel like that's almost what this podcast has become, is just me catching up on a week's worth of fucking news, which is kind of what we intended for it to be for the people anyway.
You won't do any damn research on your free time, so.
What free time? I just told you I worked 65 hours last week. My free time was in a coma.
I worked 65 hours, but it's a little different.
You get more information while you're working. You listen to all that shit on your phone, and I don't have the capability to do that. I'm riding around a lot, but I have to make a lot of little stops.
I'm riding around a lot, so
and then when I'm making stops, I'm not listening. I'm out and I'm doing stuff. So,
bro, it just dawned on me last night that I haven't watched cable in like a year or two.
Oh man, I can't remember.
It's just been YouTube.
I watch cable. Yeah, I watch YouTube. And I watch Hulu.
It's not even the premium. Like, I'm a sucker. I watch the ads.
Yeah, they skip after like 10 seconds.
Some of them.
Yeah. At worst, you watch like a minute. I think the longest ad break I've ever had to watch was like a minute before it let me skip some
but
shit.
It just dawned on me last night. I'm sitting here just watching YouTube the whole time, and I got some people that I like to follow. You know, like their little channel. They do some IRL streaming.
Right.
You know, there's people that make content. Like this one guy fights with his HOA. That's just funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. Dude's hilarious. He's bought like Amish carriage, a limo. He just
keeps putting shit on his property, and the HOA is like, get that shit out of here.
He's got 5 different cars or like 6 different cars.
It's not the guy with the boat who built a fence. They made him build a fence around his boat, and he painted a boat on the fence.
No, not that guy.
That shit's funny.
No, but he's got like a limo. He's got like a miniature monster car. He's got like an old school like Ford that's on hydraulics, like an old school truck.
So just everything he can to drive a HOA, fucking insane.
Yeah,
he just got it all sitting there,
just sitting in the driveway. and trust me, everything's in the driveway. So what they had to do is they had to put the carriage on top of the limo and strap it down with ratchet straps,
which makes it look even better.
Yeah, and the guy's currently running for the HOA president.
Hell yeah, that's how you do it.
I love watching this channel. It's pretty funny to watch.
Let me show you my politics. Look in my yard. Go ahead and paint your house purple. I don't give a fuck.
His neighborhood supports him, so hopefully,
I bet. If you've lived in a place with an HOA, you're either an uptight prick who's like, we need this, or you're a normal person who's like, we live in Nazi land. How can this man tell me what color the fucking shutters on my house are supposed to be?
Chase for HOA. Chase for HOA. No, but I definitely I do enjoy watching some of these content houses.
I got you.
Those are pretty fun to watch.
Right.
You know, it's just like a fraternity or a sorority.
So have you learned any news either, or have you just spent a week on brain rot? Because that all just sounds like.
Did
the internet's version of cable TV.
90% of it's just been brain rot.
Just brain rot?
Okay. Yeah, 90% of it. I mean,
right
like...
on. There hasn't been, I mean, it's stupid to say there hasn't been a lot of news. There's news every 10 seconds. Has there been a lot of news that's noteworthy that we need to talk about to an extreme amount?
Yeah, hell yeah, there is. Sour Patch Kids said they're no longer going to be sour, and I would pull it up, but your computer don't like Twitter or X.
Well, I said there's some things we could talk about, but some things aren't newsworthy.
Let's talk about it.
Some things are newsworthy.
Well, I think
they said they're going to just be Patch Kids now.
Yeah.
They're not going to be sour. They said we didn't appreciate the sour.
Yeah.
Everybody kept talking smack on X to them about they're not sour. And apparently Sour Patch Kids is like, all right, bet, bitch, we're not. We're just Patch Kids now. So, we're not making anything sour anymore. Go fuck yourself. So
since Bobby's computer doesn't like X, I'm going to have to read it off my phone. And y'all can leave in the comments, about Bobby's computer here not liking X. It won't let us log in. Like, it's just suspicious log in under every account we try to log in.
It thinks we're terrorists, and I don't know why.
I think it thinks you're a terrorist.
And I don't know why.
Probably some of the games you got downloaded on this computer here, buddy.
If games make you a terrorist, then there's a lot of people who shouldn't be on X.
Anyways, coming from the Sour Patch Kids, their official X page, they said, "We've had enough. We've heard enough. We've had enough. You're not sour enough." Well, guess what? We're not sour at all anymore. At all. Effective immediately, we are no longer Sour Patch Kids. Instead, we're giving you exactly what you deserve. Just Patch Kids.
Just the patch.
While this may seem sudden, our decision is final. We cannot stand by and be called not sour in our comments. You do not appreciate our sour, so we're taking it back. You never realize what you have until it's sour, then sweet, then gone. Hope it's all worth it. Just Patch Kids.
It sounds like a mean-ass letter you'd leave to your girlfriend you just found out was talking to your boy or something. You don't deserve me, bitch.
I'm too good for you.
I'm too good for your shit.
You can't eat at my table no more.
Oh. What?
I feel like Sour Patch Kids was the candy that taught me about toxic relationships while I was a child.
I feel like Wendy's started a toxic trend when they had a spokesperson who could just say whatever the hell they wanted. Now every major company has tweets and shit about things and they're just talking like they're people. And I'm like, oh, this is Little Debbie.
That's kind of been my favorite transition because I when we were younger, companies wouldn't really mention each other or say anything. They'll be like the other brand.
Yeah.
Or,
it's almost like it was illegal to say
competition.
I think it might have been at one point literally illegal to be like, we're Burger King and we make things this way and McDonald's does this. Like they never said things like that in commercials. They were always like, the leading brand is this, but we're this. And the leading brand would be a picture of something that you very obviously knew what the fuck it was. And you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
I think for me, it was one day. I realized the change one day when I saw, I think it was like a Bounty Picker Upper commercial.
Okay.
And I think they actually showed the other brand on the other side for the first time. And I was like,
watching a Bounty commercial and you see a roll of Viva sitting there.
Yeah, they were, instead of it being other brands, they had the other brands actually listed. And I was like,
ooh, that's hard.
I was like, ooh.
Shots fired.
I was like, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers said names. You can't say names.
And then ever since then, it's been progressing to this to the fact of where they're trolling each other on roadside.
Yeah, now on
signs.
X, you could have Taco Bell having a beef with fucking the Colonel from KFC or something and their billboards troll each other and shit. It's weird.
No, I enjoy it.
I mean, it's cool, but it's different.
Because, I enjoy it.
I keep thinking that it's all illegal.
I like businesses that troll their customers.
Yeah, yeah.
Just stay the hell out of politics.
Yeah. Yeah, just because you're funny on Twitter doesn't mean you know shit about politics. Plus, you are a business, and to remember that is you have a business sensibility when it comes to politics. So fuck
just stay out of politics.
Just do your own thing. Keep talking shit about the other person's fries.
I like how they troll each other, troll their customers, or troll people on X. I think it's funny.
It is. It's comedic.
So whether the Sour Patch Kids are going just Patch Kids or they're going to keep the sour, I enjoy it. My question is do they keep the powder in the bottom?
The powder in the bottom is the sour that fell off the candy. So no. There'll be no powder in the bottom. And just be gummies. Sour Patch Kids without the sour are just fucking gummy bears.
So there's no powder in the bottom of the bag?
There'll be no powder, brother. My
clientele is going to be pissed.
Yeah. That's what everybody wants Sour Patch Kids for, is that crack cocaine mixture of shit at the bottom of it. It's like raw sugar mixed with sour shit. I don't know what the hell it all is, but yeah, that's what you want. You eat all the candy, and then you dump that bitch in your mouth with the last couple pieces, and you turn those into, like, the crazy ones. Those are your dab hit pieces. Basically.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so now you're just going to get a bag of ugly kid-shaped gummy bears.
That's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
That's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird to taste a Sour Patch Kid, taste what it was supposed to taste like.
Just Patch Kids?
Just the Patch Kid, yeah, like this is strawberry. This actually, what the fuck?
What if it's too sweet? Can we go just sour?
No. Just sour. They just sell a bag of the mix.
Sour Kids.
There's no kids in it. It's just a bag of the fucking sour dust. It's just a big bag of it.
Sounds like a business to me.
I'd fuck it up. I'd fuck it up. I like that shit. It's good.
Anyways, in other news, what else is happening in your side of town?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot that I can think of off the top of the dome, to be honest with you. Drawing a blank. We've been at this for a while. Usually when we get to this point in the show, where are we? We've been recording about an hour? About an hour. At this point, we've probably done 6 hours worth of bullshit before we got to this point, as far as setting up everything. And in this case, we did a little bit more because we recorded a reaction video before we went live, and published, edited, all that shit to that, and then did this. So, yeah, I'm just here. I'm just here at this point. What else?
So in other events that's happening this week, we got NASCAR happening.
NASCAR.
NASCAR is about 30, 45 minutes away from us this week.
NASCAR. We live in a very highly... It's a big thing here.
Good old Martinsville.
It's a big thing here. We're about 35 minutes from Martinsville, so usually when the race comes to Martinsville, like we fill up as far as all the hotels and things like that. We fill up real quick.
That casino is going to be jumping.
That casino going to be booming this weekend.
That casino going to be jumping this weekend. It's going to be
crazy, yeah. It's going to be crazy.
So we got the Martinsville race going down this week. Let's see. We look at tickets for the Dreamville. Let's see if we can find tickets.
I mean, shit, that's today or next weekend, right?
This weekend.
This coming weekend?
Yep, this weekend.
Oh, it's Darlington next week. Okay, yeah. So
that's controversial. They haven't been at this racetrack in
Rockingham.
Mm-hmm. They haven't been at this racetrack in the early 2000s.
Shit, really?
So this will be the first time they've raced at this racetrack in like 15, 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is like an hour and a half outside of Charlotte.
What's the reason for that? Was it messed up?
It was tied up in a bunch of legality and stuff.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Fell out of the circuit loop.
Yeah, fell out the circuit loop.
I got you.
And this is the first time they'll be racing at it in like 15, 20 years. This is literally in the middle of nowhere, bro. Like
Rockingham Speedway is it looks like a football stadium in a field of nothing.
It literally, bro. Like I drove by it one day
too.
On accident. Like I was taking somebody from like Charlotte to Fayetteville, and I drove.
Didn't even know I was passing it, and was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I drove past it taking somebody from Charlotte to Fayetteville, and I was like I did the double take. I was like, was that
a whole Coliseum right there?
Because the week before it, I just watched a documentary about it, and then like the week after,
and then you just happened to pass it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was pretty nuts. I was like, oh, that's where that's at. Okay.
I passed it and had no clue what it was. It was several years ago, and I was just like, this is like some Field of Dreams shit. It's like a giant, because you can't really tell it's a racetrack from passing it. I guess it just looks like a big stadium. But it's in the middle of nothing. It's nothing. And you're just like, what the fuck?
So here we go. The Cookout 400 is the main event. You want to take a guess at tickets?
Martinsville's usually a little bit cheaper than some of the other major raceways. I guess because it's a little smaller or something. But I'll say $150 a seat.
Well, let's see what the cheap tickets are. And today is Saturday, so the race will be tomorrow.
Well, there was a race yesterday. There's a race yesterday, and there'll be a race tomorrow.
And a race tomorrow, yeah. Whatever.
There isn't one today. It's off today. It was just Friday and Sunday for whatever reason.
Looks like they range from $44.
That's not horrible to $130. Yeah, like that's not terrible.
Oh, from like $44.
So that's like $57-$60 to sit right there, roughly. The 120 is probably like that might even be box seats or something. I don't know, because they have box seating there.
Boy, how do I change the view? I just want to see.
What do you want to see?
Oh, there's 76. That's what it's showing you. Is the tickets available? So it's
the
$50
amount,
plus, and there's 94 tickets.
The amount
available.
of tickets that are there. I got you in that section.
So with it being,
Martinsville's never really sold out either. Most of the time, it's usually like a little low key, but there are a lot of people there still. It's just they have a lot of seating.
So $122 for the good seats.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's not terrible. That's not terrible. For if you're like really into NASCAR, like I said, that's probably the cheapest race you can go to. It's pretty affordable.
$3.
Yeah. Those are probably like yeah, I'll say a little bit more. The turns are usually a little more, I guess. I don't know why. Most people want to sit in the turn spots. I don't know.
That's not bad. That's not terrible at all, man. I was going to guess like $75-$80.
I mean, they advertise it like, a affordable weekend thing for you and the whole family every time they bring it down. So like I said, I knew it was a little cheaper than the normal NASCAR price, because like if you go to Talladega or some shit, woof, those are tough.
I mean, we could have looked up those tickets.
You could have, but I'm telling you, you don't need to. They're like 3 times that much.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're anywhere. Talladega's a bigger one as far as like people care about that one a lot. So like they're anywhere from $250 to up most of the time.
Creditors don't know you're trying to do a podcast. They just call anyways.
They don't give a shit. I mean, even if he knew you were doing a podcast, he wouldn't give a shit.
They said, "Oh, I saw you were on YouTube talking about NASCAR tickets. You must have some money to pay me."
You're not on the phone, so let's talk for a minute.
We're trying to reach you about some money you owe us.
They always are.
They'll get it when they get it.
Fuck them. If you're listening, Credit One, fuck you.
It's just something like that. That was close.
They're all titled something like that. Credit One, what's another good one? Business Financial, Member One. Like they all have some weird kind of name where you're not supposed to know what their business is by the name, and then you look into it and you're like, oh, of course, fucking debt collectors. The lowest form of scum that we have on this planet right now, in my opinion.
So I'm sitting here now because I was just going to get to a couple last topics.
Let's do it
before we wrap it up.
Let's do it. Yeah, we've been on an hour. We talk about another thing or two, and then let's do the do.
And then,
and then what?
And then
no, and then
and then
no, and then
and then
no, and then.
I just don't know who's going to copyright us and who's not.
That's always the fun part when we get done and go to finalize the upload, and YouTube's like,
Like, I wonder if we could play like music off of YouTube.
Like I said, I think we could play live stuff and we could play clips, but you shouldn't play like a whole song or a whole music video or something.
Who's got a 2-minute search? Is it ABC? I feel like ABC is definitely going to copyright us. Definitely.
I mean, you could show like clips of
all right, there we go.
If that's what you're after. I was thinking music and entertainment. If you're after news and they show clips, you could show the clip. That's okay.
I think we can show this. I think we'll be all right with this one.
Go ahead. That's a little over a minute. That should be fine.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
We will survive.
We're gonna try.
Or we'll get copyrighted.
Whatever.
Whatever.
We'll find out.
We're learning.
We're gonna learn today.
One way or another. But so something interesting that happened. I'm not only into space, but I'm in Earth. I've been watching a lot of K2 documentaries about, the mountain K2 and Mount Everest and people climbing.
Thought you were going to say you've been smoking a lot of K2.
No, the last time I did that, never mind.
Say, don't do that.
I have.
Yeah, you don't need to.
I ain't going to lie to you.
Smoke bud.
I have once.
I think everybody's tried it. At least everybody who smokes pot has been like, fuck it, I'll try it.
I tried a couple of times. That was actually when they had the first fake weed though, was K2.
Yeah.
K2 was fake weed.
It was incense.
But
you were literally smoking incense.
It was fake weed.
But yeah, it would fuck you up in not a good way.
So there's one time.
Everybody our age has a K2 story.
Oh man,
when I did that shit,
bro, I heard the Wantawas.
The Wapwas?
The Wantawas. Yeah, the first time I heard the Wantawas.
Did you jump out the window?
No, I was fishing.
Okay.
I was fishing actually on the side of the river, and just.
At least you didn't jump into the water.
Yeah, no, it messed with me. The second time I was with a coworker. We did it like at work, like as soon as we got off, and it was like I just talked this ear off for like ever.
Got to yaks.
The third time I actually tried to harm my friend.
Goddamn, how many times did you do this shit?
I think 3 times.
The 17th time
I think 3 times, but the third time I actually tried to harm somebody while I was on it.
The charm, huh?
And that's when I understood bath salt.
Right. Yeah.
I was like,
I get it now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it.
So bath salt really does that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this does this to me, then okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense now.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes you just don't understand until you live through real life experiences.
I never tried any bath salt, man. I was just a little too old.
I never said I tried bath salt. I said I've done K2.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Let's not get.
At least K2, it went through like a 10-minute span where people were just like, it's legal weed. Bath salts, like as soon as that shit hit the streets, everybody was like, this shit will kill you. Like the moment that it dropped, everybody started freaking out about it immediately. K2 went through a real short period of time where everybody was thinking it was okay and that it was kosher. I think when the bath salt thing hit, everybody just immediately was like, this is bad. This is real bad.
But, like I was saying, I'm in Earth, climate change, all that stuff.
So what happened at Earth recently?
Bangkok, that side of the world, opposite side of the world from us.
I know it's dangerous.
It wasn't actually like Bangkok. It was
Myanmar.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, look, it's a tough one.
My man actually came through clutch for once.
It's a tough one to remember. That's not a normal sounding word.
Myanmar. Anyways, it was earthquake there, like 7.7 earthquake.
Yeah, heavy.
And it was a lot of destruction.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it was pools that was going over the side of the skyscrapers, and it was dropping so much water, it was nuts.
They have those type of business of those type of buildings over there, those giant ass skyscrapers with people living on the roof and stuff,
with the infinity pools
up there, infinity pools connecting the buildings and shit. Like they have all that cool ass architecture over there, and a lot of that shit got really messed up.
It's real sad to see. So shout out to everybody affected over there in Bangkok.
It sucks.
I know they're probably not watching our live.
I highly doubt it.
But maybe somebody watching our live knows somebody.
If you're watching us and you've got $10 and you care, send it to them because man, it's screwed up over there right now.
Yeah, it's some.
I believe they're still in the search and rescue phase.
Bro,
like they're still getting people up out of the streets and shit.
Just to see some of these buildings and the way they sway, is nuts. Like look how the buildings are swaying.
Like every one of these buildings has giant pools on the roofs, so they're just dropping hundreds of gallons of water out of them. And like there's videos of people like one you showed me earlier, somebody walking on the street. Like it was a crowd of people walking up the street, and like it looked like 10,000 gallons of water hit them at one time. I mean that's like getting hit with you might as well have got hit with the building.
You might as well just got hit with a bus.
You might as well just got hit by a car. Yeah, like that was a lot of force, and it just probably creamed those people.
Just dropping excuse me. Just dropping 70 stories down. That's nuts. I mean, look at that, bro.
Yeah. Whoosh. Look. That was probably 200 gallons of water that just sloshed off the side. There's a train. Holy shit. There's a building going down. There's another one going down. I mean,
there is a video.
They went quite a few of them dropped, those tall ones. A lot of the ones were under construction still.
There's a video. I don't know if they're going to show it. I kind of hope they don't. Watch it go down right here. Look at these light poles, how they're shaking.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, bro. All of them are going different directions. It's wild.
Nuts.
Yeah, you can imagine the amount of debris and dust and.
I mean, look at that, bro.
Yeah. Whoa, gone.
It's not every day you get images, like this. 30 years ago, if this would have happened, we would have not gotten images like this.
Well, something like this did happen about 28 plus years ago, and we still have that to go on when we talk about terrible things here, and that was a set of buildings. That was 2 buildings that were right on top of each other, and this is like an entire city.
We're talking about natural causes,
and this is all the earth did this. You know what I'm saying? Causes. An earthquake did all this damage. It's intense. We get them that hit L.A. and California all over the places, and they do a lot of damage. But I guess we just don't have the type of buildings they have.
We got different building restrictions than they. We got a little bit more code, a little bit more. I believe. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's kind of the way I've always heard it too. Is that our building code in America is a little bit more strict than it is overseas, and they get to use different materials.
But just to see that kind of damage happen, that's
tough. To
see that kind of footage of the earth just doing that, and what if you're one of those people in the skyscrapers while it's moving 30 feet to side to side?
Yeah, one of those videos you showed me, a dude was still in the fucking pool. There was a dude chilling in the pool while all that was happening, on the roof of one of these buildings. He was just in the pool. And I guess if you think the building's going to fall and you're going to, expire, you might as well, have that fuck it mentality. But it was still crazy to see, once again, that it was happening and 100 gallons was going over every 2 seconds. And this dude was chilling in the pool, just trying to hold on to the wall, basically. But he wasn't getting out.
So there is one video, and you saw that building collapse.
Uh-huh.
Well, right before that building collapsed, there was a crane.
Okay.
That collapsed right before.
Was it on the roof?
It was built up the side of it, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so the crane kind of gave way before the building did.
All right.
And it kind of gave way near the top, right? And so it folded, and there's a video of it collapsing, and they kind of zoomed in on that part of the video.
The crane.
And made a clip of it. There goes the dogs.
Dogs gonna go crazy. At least once every broadcast, my dogs have to lose their minds because I don't have a soundproof room.
We're working with what we got here.
Yeah. Deal with us. Sorry.
Oh, there goes John. What's up, John? But in the video, the crane collapses. And they zoom in and circle the dude getting flung out the crane.
Oh, there was a dude in it?
Bro, there was a guy in the crane.
Yo, did he fall 100 stories?
See, now...
oh, yeah, no one wants to see that. Oh.
Nah.
You gonna try to look for it now?
Yeah, now you gotta be dramatized with me, bro.
Oh, man. That's it right there, isn't it? It looked like a crane arm that just fell down. I mean, I don't know if we want to show that anyway. You're not really trying to show some faces of death type shit, are you? I would just say show the crane falling, and if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't.
All right, I'll show it. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't.
Because I do kind of want to see the crane fall, but if I don't see dude's last seconds on Earth, that would be fine too.
You're probably going to see it.
I mean, you might. And there's the crane.
There's the crane. Watch this area right here.
Now this whole thing's toppling down. Oh my God. Yeah, if there was a dude in that, he's very much not happy.
Oh, wait.
Oh, let's get the slow-mo.
Yeah, it's going to hit you with the slow-mo so you can see it when everything flies out.
He's in that white box right there.
He's one of the first things to fly out, see?
Wow. Well, he didn't fall, full length, technically, at least as far as outside of the thing. Well, he took about half that trip in the crane.
Bro got slung downward, though.
Yeah. Do you know anything about him? As far as...
Do you think he survived?
No, but damn.
You want to use some logic here? Do you think the man survived?
I just meant, did they, find him? You know what I mean? Or did he, literally get Wile E. Coyote launched some fucking where?
I don't know. There's not been really any updates about it.
That's crucial,
but it's just hard to watch because somebody's family's out there watching that. His family's out there got access to that video.
Well, I mean, in a situation like that, anyway, he's not the only one either. So I mean, it's just another example of the devastation that happened. And it was devastation, man. It's tore up over there.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to watch. Anything else you want to talk about, man?
No, let's end it on a positive note like that.
Yeah, man. I like positive notes. Yeah. A positive note is Tim Walz has a new career
as a stand-up comedian. It's a shitty one at that. Stand-up comedian that your religious aunt and uncle wouldn't mind going to see.
Once again, I would love to bring this clip up for you. Maybe I could find something on YouTube real quick of Tim Walz and his and his stand-up comedian takes. Oh, that's 2 hours and 5 minutes. I ain't trying to watch that.
No, definitely not.
I don't have enough patience for that. And that's about all the time Tim Walz is going to get on our podcast.
That's fair enough. He basically, he goes around and public speaks now, gets paid to do public speaking. And I mean, he is talking about government issues, but he's very...
Is he really talking about government issues?
To an extent, but he's mostly making dad jokes.
No,
mostly.
I played the dumb shit he said.
Well, that's the last thing he said. Yeah, the last dumb thing he said was that we needed a shadow government, and that was just, I don't even know what to think of a claim like that. He basically said that when the government,
I'm gonna play it on the phone. Maybe we can hear it.
You just hear the audio.
Yeah, maybe just hear the audio.
First things they do is try and restrict the vote. This is one of the things, though, that this is going to take power to the streets. I don't know what the answer is on this, but I've been saying this. I think we need a shadow government, so when all these things come up every single day, we've got an alternate press conference telling the truth about what things are happening. What's going out.
Do you want to hurt Tim Walz's feelings, or do I need to?
I mean, I'll be frank with you. Really frank with you. I feel like we should tread lightly.
Really?
Because our liberal friend just walked in the door.
Oh, shit.
But you could go with it.
Well, I feel like if you are under the assumption that we need a shadow government, then you're a very naive individual who doesn't realize that you already have one.
John, you got an opinion?
Do we have a shadow government, Jonathan?
Do we have a shadow audience that has an opinion here?
No, we don't. No, we don't have a shadow government. We have a no government. We currently have a corporate government. There is no government.
And I wouldn't call that a government either. Yeah. Honestly.
His response was, we don't have a government right now. We have a corporate government.
We have a corporate government, which means essentially right now we're less of a country and more of a corporation.
So you don't think America is a business? And government should be ran like a corporation?
No. Why would I? What are you going to do, Kip? What are you going to do? Lay off 1,000 poor people?
They already did that.
You can't. What are you going to do? Kill them?
They already did that too.
There are some things you got to do. Sorry.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we're about to wrap it up here, I think. I think we're good this episode.
All 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah, man. It's good to see and hear from every one of you. Thanks for popping up on the chat and staying active with us this whole time.
Shout out to everybody who dropped a comment. We appreciate you.
We love all of you. We love you guys.
Everybody who hit that like button, man. Shout you out. I appreciate you.
You guys remember to try Big Crow Creatine. They're our sponsors this week. Get swole and buff while you call.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick to my food apps and get the best deals. McDonald's has got really good rewards when you order off their...
when you order from the app.
When you order from the app. I got
Are you ordering from your app today?
Bro, you're playing, but I got like 30,000 McDonald's points.
I'm not playing when I say I'm annoyed as shit at going to a drive-thru and being asked if I'm ordering through my app today.
No, I enjoy it because
I'm an old curmudgeon that way. Like, no, motherfucker, I'm going to use my mouth and talk into the clown's mouth. I'm going to tell you what I want to order. How about we do it that way?
My order's already taken. It's already placed. I just got to pull up and tell them what my name is, and it's already done, bro. 9 times out of 10, I'm getting more food for less money off of the app.
Mm-hmm. I'm not arguing with the fact that it probably works better and is more beneficial to you in every way. I'm just saying it's a change to the system, and I don't fucking like it.
The only thing I need is a change to the system is on the McDonald's app. I'm annoyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't add mac sauce to your Big Double.
Now that is some bullshit. How are you gonna let me customize my fucking food and not let me
You
fully
can take
customize
pickles.
it?
You can take pickles off the
Because I know you can customize.
You can add lettuce to it. You can light ketchup.
There's
but
no special request
you can't,
section.
You can't put mac sauce on your burger on through the app.
So our next episode,
and
we're going to have a full expose about why McDonald's is secretly keeping the mac sauce just on the Big Mac.
No, but you can't even do it like when you go to the kiosk inside of McDonald's.
Yeah.
You can't even do it on the kiosk.
Yeah, you got to have a human, and you got to ask them.
You got to ask them to do it.
And then they got to hit 6 sequences of buttons on that fucking thing back there,
bro,
that they need a manager to hit to make it work right.
No, you triggered me with that one, bro. I really feel some type of way how
I feel that
because I enjoy ordering through the app.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like my McDoubles to have mac sauce on them.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And you can't have both. And that's some bullshit.
And that's why I go to Burger King, because I can have it my way.
That's why we're starting a fucking revolution.
Nah, but Wendy's are trash.
Nah, but for real, Wendy's is trash.
All Wendy's are trash.
Wendy's is trash.
I seen a double story Wendy's, whereas I think I was in like Boone, North Carolina.
I think our Wendy's just sucks, honestly. Like I think Wendy's is actually good.
Nah, I would drive 2 hours just to go to the one on Riverside right here down the road.
Really?
For real. That's that one. Or the one by that. We really got the best Wendy's.
When we were younger, that was definitely the best one. Now I find they all suck.
No, we got the best Wendy's in our town for real. The other ones, man, they got cold fries. Like the burger patties feel like they just came out the freezer sometimes. Like it's always something. Or like the common thing with a lot of Wendy's, they got Coke products, right?
Yeah.
Their Coke be flat as shit.
Their Coke does not taste good.
It does not taste good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of person I go through McDonald's drive-thru for a Coke. You know what I mean?
McDonald's got those crazy beverages. Like their Sprite is like so lit you could pour that shit in your car battery and recharge it. Like and the Coke's not far from it. You could pour that shit on your car battery and clean it. Like that shit is not playing.
I think that's just Coke in general, but we can have a little pod about that too.
We can talk about it. We're going to talk about it next week. Join us next week when we discuss beverages and the shittiness of food apps for fast food joints.
Join us on our road to 40,000 subscribers.
At least by next week. At least at the rate we're growing. Try and stop